And a good evening to everybody out there, soccer fans. Welcome to the home opener for your Columbus Rapids. They are taking on the Fayetteville Fury. I am Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast. Glad to join you here up in the booth as tonight the men's team will be going up against the men's team from the Fayetteville Fury and the defending NISL champions for the inaugural 2022 NISL season. As they are, looks like the Kendrick Band is playing right after the national anthem. We'll have the kickoff of this game. It is club night here at the Columbus Civic Center. If you are part of a club team here in the Chattahoochee Valley, you can get into a free game. And we're good, and I think that is going to be a great matchup. Thank you so much for being on the broadcast here. So here are the club teams that you are able. I'm good, sir. As we get ready to kick off this contest, I am super excited. So a recap of the men's team so far, 1-1 on the season. They fell to Memphis 5-1 in the opener on January the 20th. And they lost to Memphis 5-1, and they defeated the Tampa Bay Strikers on the road on Sunday at the Yuengling Center 12-7, led by Clayton Adams, 3 goals and 3 assists, and Brandon Cervantes, a career-high 4 goals, and he also had an assist. And making his debut for the Columbus Rapids was Rafiq Hassim, and he was able to get 2 goals and 2 assists. Here's your starting lineups for your Columbus Rapids. In the backfield, number 0, Stephen McIntosh, Brandon Cervantes, Juan Roteas playing the midfield. Your forwards, Eric Sanchez and Kyle Kurt. Your starters for the Fayetteville Fury, Johnny McNeil, Jose Garcia, Evan Ponce, Archie Philiter, and Rosento Flores. Fayetteville is center circle here for this home opener as we are moments away from kickoff here at the Columbus Civic Center. As we get things ready, in at goalkeeper for the Rapids is Kirk Nowicki, and Emir Savine in at goalkeeper for Fayetteville. Fayetteville was 14-3 last year. They defeated Memphis 5-3 in the NISL championship. Columbus finished the year 5-12, lost to Memphis in a heartbreaker 8-7 in the semifinal. And I tell you, in the inaugural year in the NISL, it was just a great experience. And the kickoff, and we are underway. And Flores over to Philiter. That's going to be right to Nowicki. Over to McIntosh, far side. Pass it to Cervantes, and a turnover there by Fayetteville. Columbus did not beat Fayetteville at all last season. Fayetteville had their number. Here's Archie Philiter. He was a big part of that team in year 2. In year 1, McIntosh, he's being challenged, and Nowicki will scoop it up for an easy play. He'll toss it back to McIntosh. Little touch over to Lure and back to the goalkeeper. Nice touch by McIntosh back to Kurt Nowicki. Over to Kyle Kurt, his teammate from South Africa, as they have played together. Coming over here from South Africa, one of their most incredible memories was when South Africa hosted the World Cup in 2010. Middle of the field, Brandon Cervantes over to Manny Chavez. Welcome him back as he did have a goal in the game against Tampa. Over to Brandon Cervantes and back to McIntosh. So far, the Rapids controlling possession. Here's Kyle Kurt. Back to Allure. Nice pass, but Fayetteville is right there with another turnover. The give is to Flores. And McIntosh with a good play, and then back over to Ponce. Oh, he's got wide open space is Ivan Ponce, and that hits the board. And there's a shot on goal and a save by Kurt Nowicki. First shot on goal for Fayetteville in the match so far. 3:12 left to go here in the first quarter. Columbus is just trying to feel Fayetteville out. Checking in the game, Gustavo Alanda. Over to Chavez, a long pass. Zamudio with open space. Zamudio to Kyle Kurt. Over to, oh, there's a kick shot. Juan Rotes with a shot on goal. And that was a great save by Savine. And we're gonna get our first whistle of the match. This is the home opener here in the city of Columbus. And this is the third match for the Columbus Rapids. Eric Sanchez is going to attempt this free kick. Gives over to Roteas. Back out to Alanda. Alanda defending the defense. Takes a deflection, and Fayetteville has no choice but to kick it out of bounds, and it will be a free kick coming up for the Columbus Rapids. We do have some familiar faces here on the Rapids. Of course, they beat Lameno 11-1 in a friendly on December the 29th. And they are here playing Fayetteville like they did. And there's a shot, and it just off the crossbar. Still in possession for Columbus. Over to Kurt. Juan Roteas. That pass was intended for Zamudio. Back over to Alanda. The defender, nice fancy footwork by Kurt. Eric Sanchez tries to help, but Archie Philiter for Fayetteville tracks it back down to his goalkeeper. Philiter past the yellow line. He's just going to take a deflection off the wall. And Columbus gets it right back. Sanchez. A lob pass, and it's a 50-50 ball. Can Savine get it out of there? And it's by Columbus. There's a shot on goal! Goal! Puts Columbus up 1-0. 10:54 left to go in the first quarter. Well, that's how you want to start a game. And that fires up the Kendrick Cherokee's marching band that's made their attendance here at the Columbus Civic Center. Kyle Court's first goal of the season. Fayetteville will get it right back. The Fayetteville Fury, the defending NISL champions. Johnny McNeil, one of the newcomers for Fayetteville. Back over to Savine. Right to Kyle Kurt. The key for Columbus is to get off to a hot start. They were down 4-2 against Tampa. Oh, Brandon Cervantes using the wall. He still has his own dribble. Goes up the field, gets tripped up, and we're going to get a foul. That was a clear foul by Fayetteville. It's going to be a free kick coming up for Columbus. Cervantes is going to take this free kick. All the way to Allure, his college teammate from Point. Morales, McIntosh, and Fayetteville with a turnover. Well, Columbus gets it right back. Allure defending center circle. Allure with some space. A couple of touches. There's a pass and there's a shot that took a bad deflection by Cervantes. And hits the NISL ref. And Archie Philiter, one of these leaders on this team for Fayetteville, he's defending that back line. And Juan Morales coming into the game real quick. And oh, that's a dangerous play, but Allure gets it to his teammate McIntosh. Amaya drops it back for the goalkeeper. You got a new goalkeeper for the Fayetteville Fury, Amir Savine. Trying to get it out of there in the corner. Well defended. Sammy Valdivia. Nice pass to Brandon Cervantes, and he's got some open space. He's a foot race. He's got some speed over to Chavez in the middle. There's a shot, taking a deflection. And Fayetteville cleans up the mess, and it goes out of play. Now, despite where it gets kicked, that could be a free kick at the top of the arc, and that's what Manny Chavez is saying. This is what Columbus has got to work on, set-piece goals. But I think the ref is going to say that it went out of play and it went past the yellow line. We'll go ahead and get the call. And it's going to be a free kick. Right there on the far side. Back over to Allure. To Kyle Kurt. So a lot of changes in year 2 in the 2023 season for Columbus. New head coach Rafiq Hassim. He's also coaching the women's team, and we have a new general manager, Warren Fundavestazen. A lot of familiar faces, but a lot of new players. Takes a deflection off the wall, and a good job by Savine. And a quick pass. Fayetteville wants to hurry. Ryan Hensley. Follett being guarded well, and a turnover. What a play by Sammy Valdivia. He's got open space. Can he get the numbers? Getting his teammates back on offense. Valdivia still with the possession. And he drops it back to Aldana. To Chavez. Manny Chavez. Nice pass right there to Roteas. Taking a deflection. Roteas still with it. Roteas, and right there is Eric Savine. Amir Savine for the save. It was a 50-50 ball as Roteas wanted to get that extra touch, and maybe he could have put it in the back of the net. You know, Juan Roteas playing for Rome last year killed Columbus. He had just an incredible goal playing for Rome. We're glad he's on our team this year. Oh, that's still in play. Manny Chavez, good defense by Ryan Hensley, the midfielder. Columbus is talking it over, wanting to slow it down. Roteas wastes no time and gives it right back to Nowicki. Middle of the field to Sanchez. Sanchez has got 2 goals on the season. He did score a goal in that game at the Yuengling Center against the Tampa Bay Strikers. And racing up the field is Aldana. Aldana with an open room and a save by Savine. Another shot on goal. Columbus playing very aggressive, out shooting Fayetteville, and we're going to get a whistle. And let's see what Columbus trying to figure out what who the whistle was on. It'll be a free kick coming up for Fayetteville. Taking this free kick is going to be Kay Wagner. I have the privilege of talking to the head coach for the Fury men and women's team, Jay Burby. You know, we chit-chat for about 10 minutes. That's always good when you want to talk to the visiting coach, just to get a scouting report of the visiting team. Wagner, oh, it is broken up. Let's see if Columbus can get it out of the zone. It's still in the danger zone for Columbus as Fayetteville trying to take their possession. Middle of the field to Jose Garcia. This is a much different Fayetteville team than the team that won the championship. An early turnover, and they have the numbers. And then it's a slip, no call. There's a kick save by Kurt Nowicki. Archie Philiter, a nice touch. 1 or 2 touches. Refs say play on. Let's see if Columbus can try to get it out of here. With a 1-0 lead, a 4:58 left to go here in the first quarter. If Fayetteville can just get the touch on the ball, they could put it in the back of the net. But Columbus, a much improved defensive team from last season. Savine at the top of the circle. There's a header just wide of the net. Wagner, he almost had a shot, but a good defense by Sanchez. And Fayetteville, no choice but to give it back to Savine. Oh, he's going to take it past the center circle. Take a shot attempt and a save by Kurt Nowicki. The shot attempts are 3 apiece here in the first quarter, but Columbus with the early 1-0 lead. All right, Kurt. There's a shot and a save by Nowicki. So Kyle Kurt with the only goal for Columbus so far here in the game. He checks back into the game for the Rapids. Here in the NISL's inaugural second year. Inaugural season was last year, 2023. I'm expecting to have just an exciting year. We do have the president of the league, Andrew Haynes, in at attendance. Hopefully he can be joining us on the broadcast. Kurt over to Allure. Allure with some space. A lob pass, and it's a kick save by Savine. Kurt, good fancy footwork. Kurt with the numbers. Kurt shot a tip and a save by Savine. And Fayetteville still not out of the woods as Columbus is trying to keep the possession. That's the one thing that Columbus has done well, is play defense, play possession with the lead. They did have the 1-goal lead on Memphis, but they did lose 5-1. But it's a different ball game when you have the home field here at the Columbus Civic Center. And that was right in the breadbasket of Savine. Philliter, left-booted strike, and a header by Cervantes. Racing for it is Morales. And Garcia. Morales will get it right back. Kicks it over to Kurt. Kurt back to McIntosh. Over to Nowicki. Nowicki just going to take his time. 2:18 left to go here in the first quarter. Allure over to Cervantes. Was trying to turn up the field, but we're going to get a whistle. Richard Holdridge here on the call, here on the NISL's YouTube channel. And we want to thank Toygar, the producer up here, works for CTV Beam here on the broadcast. And the camera guy by my side. I'll get to know you. Kurt, Ethan Allure, and there's a shot at tip off the plexiglass. Cervantes. Oh, that just took a bad deflection, but Columbus gets it right back. Ethan Allure deflected by Philliter. Flores. And it looks like Columbus is just going to play the possession. They could try to get aggressive here, but up 1-0 with 1:25 left to go in the first quarter. They could just sit on it and just try to maintain possession, which they've done a great job so far in this first quarter. Middle of the field, Cervantes over to Kurt. Oh, nice behind the foot to Cervantes. McIntosh, let's see if they want to try to do a combo here. Over to Cervantes, he's going to play it off the board. Philliter with a great defense and a save by Savine. Less than a minute left to go here in the first quarter. Wagner. That pass was intended for Wagner. It's going to be a foot race, and it's going to go out of play. Too much for Wagner. It's going to be a free kick coming up for Columbus. So year 2 here in the NISL, the Columbus Rapids were 5-12 last year. However, fell to Memphis. Juan Rotes, there's a shot and a save by Savine. Boy, it is nice to see Juan Rotes do that for us, because he had an incredible goal for Rome last year. Over to Kurt. Kyle Kurt trying to get his second goal. Kurt, good footwork. There's a nice pass of Rotes, right to Manny Chavez for the goal! Manny Chavez with time expiring in the first quarter. Columbus leads Fayetteville 2-0. Wow. That is how the first quarter ends. Your score, Columbus 2, Fayetteville 0. You are watching the Columbus Rapids Indoor Soccer on the National Indoor Soccer League's YouTube channel and CTV Beam. What's that?
How many quarters is it?
4. We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center, start of the second quarter. Your Columbus Rapids up on the Fayetteville Fury 2-0. As Columbus, Manny Chavez with a goal right when time expired. His second goal on the season, and an assist by Kyle Kurt. Kurt with the ball over to Sanchez. Eric Sanchez could not find a teammate. It goes into the corner. Zamudio with it, staying with it, drops it back for Kurt. Kurt, nice fancy footwork, turns up the field. They want that corner, but there's not a whole lot of space, and Fayetteville is right there defensively tracking it down. McNeil. Fayetteville has it back. Over to Phililter. Archie Phililter, a key component on the championship team from last season. There's a lot of new faces for the Fayetteville Fury, as Coach Burby has just about a new squad. But it's going to be a different league this year. 5 teams here in the NISL. The Rome Gladiators are pausing the season. Over to Nowicki, back to Kurt. Past the yellow line. He's at midfield. Filter wanted a challenge. Giving it back is Aldana. Back to Kurt. A couple of touches. And he drops it back for his teammate, Alonda. So no Clayton Adams in the game. Clayton Adams had a huge game against Tampa. 3 goals and 3 assists for a total of 6 points. And that was the only game that he has played so far. Oh, Kyle Kurt. Good fancy footwork, and he drops it back for Nowicki. And we have yet to see Rida Ikarin as well, the talented player from Morocco. Nowicki trying to play it off the chest. Let's see if Columbus can take advantage, as it just took a bad deflection, and Savine gets it right back for Fayetteville. So the next time Fayetteville plays, they don't play until the 18th of February. Their home opener at the Crown Complex against the Memphis Americans. And then they'll play Memphis again on that Sunday. President's Day weekend. The next game for Columbus is going to be February the 18th, I believe. No, I got it on here. All right. Of course, I'm looking at the website for the NISL soccer. There's Morales over to Allure, taking a deflection. Morales, Allure with it. There's a shot and a save, and it goes top of the crossbar. Still in play, and Fayetteville gets it out of there. A foot race and a header right back to Kurt. Morales being challenged. Over to Aldana with an open space. Over to Cervantes, to Morales, and a kick save by Savine. That was an incredible save by Savine, because it was just a one-timer that would have easily went into the back of the net, but Savine was right there. Columbus has controlled the possession in this game. Ethan Allure over to Cervantes. His college teammate from Point University, an NAIA school up the road in West Point, Georgia. Had a fantastic season. Thomas Eskew, also their teammate. That shot was, there was no teammate there, as Juan Morales tried to cross his shot, but oh, good defense by Stephen McIntosh. He was one of the top defenders on last year's team. Brandon Cervantes, he had 4 goals last game. Over to Chavez. Yeah, it was too much mustard for Cervantes, but he gets it right back. Did he have a shot attempt? He gives it right back to his teammate, Aldana. Left-footed strike, a header by Sammy Valdivia checking into the game. Wagner. right over to Follett. Foot race for Ponce, and Nowicki will get it. 2-0, Columbus leading Fayetteville with 10:35 left to go here in the second quarter. So with the season starting in February, you know, because last year the season started in December, we'll get to that. Chavez being checked and marked by Archie Phillitter. He has really been a great defensive player for Fayetteville and one of the staples from their championship team last season. Amir Savine, new at goalkeeper, taking over for Perkinson. Just a reminder that the women's team for the Columbus Rapids will take on the Fayetteville Fury. It'll be approximately 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game. You don't want to miss it. It is club night here at the Columbus Civic Center. The local club teams here in the Chattahoochee Valley see a lot of soccer jerseys. As if you belong to a club team, you can get in for free. Deflection off the wall. Valdivia over to Chavez. And that was an ill-advised shot that just goes over into the club seats. And we will reset the play again. So the next game, Columbus is going to be on the road once again, taking on the Tampa Bay Strikers on February the 19th. And then they're back here at the Columbus Civic Center on February 22nd, taking on the Tampa Bay Strikers. And this will be the first time I'll get to see Tampa Bay. Kyle Kern and a dive save by Savine, using all his might to knock it away. McIntosh. And we're going to get a foul on Fayetteville. I'm interested to see how Fayetteville plays down 2-0. If they're going to press, if they're going to continue to play this game. There's still a lot of great pieces on this team that won the championship last season. But this Columbus Rapids team is different, much different than the team. They're 1-1 on the year. Roteas over to Kurt. Yeah, and so we got our first power play of the game and a shot by Roteas. Sanchez, and let's see if Fayetteville tries to kill this penalty. Kurt. So Columbus on the power play, up 2-0 here with 8 minutes left to go here until halftime. Cervantes near side to Kurt. Nice one-timer to Aldana. Oh, Kurt with a shot attempt, and it goes over the crossbar. And Fayetteville will reset the play. We'll try to kill this penalty with about 1:20 left to go on the power play. Aldana. Nice touch by Juan Roteas, the former Rome Gladiator. Over to Roteas, back over to Aldana. Aldana far side. And it takes a deflection from Garcia right to Savine. A long pass and a nice header over to Kurt. Center field, Kurt's got open space. And he uses teammates there to Sanchez. He already got 2 goals on the season. Over to Kurt, near side. Back out to Valdivia, middle of the field. Kurt, there's a one-timer and a dive save by Savine. Columbus has controlled the possession. They've had more shots than Fayetteville. But Fayetteville's going to try to kill this penalty. And that would be huge for the Fury if they could kill this penalty with 20 seconds left to go in the power play. Valdivia, middle of the field to Aldana. Roteas, back to Sanchez, takes a deflection, and it's right to Ponce. Ponce being challenged by Kurt. Kurt has already got a goal and an assist in this game. Back over to Valdivia, and then it drops it back for Nowicki. So Gustavo Aldana, that's a player that we did not call. He's one of the newcomers here on the Rapids this year. Kyle Kurt over to Cervantes, being challenged by Phillitter. Great defense by Archie Phillitter. One of those players for Fayetteville that we called his name a lot. And you also got to remember, this is year 2 for me here on the broadcast. I'm very familiar with Fayetteville, calling all their games from last year, but they do have a different team. Oh, a nice pass by Cervantes over to Kurt. See if he can shake off the defender. Over to Sanchez, Cervantes with it. Can Cervantes duplicate what he did against Tampa? 4 goals, a career high for Brandon Cervantes. He was the leading goal scorer for the Rapids last season. Let's see if Aldana, over to Cervantes, back over to Valdivia. Open space, Eric Sanchez off the crossbar. Back over to Cervantes. Cervantes is going to do a shot attempt over at the yellow line, and that goes high above the crossbar, and we will reset the play. Well, the penalty's over. Fayetteville has killed off the penalty. We are back to full strength. And as the clock winds down here in the second quarter, the Rapids have done a great job maintaining this 2-0 lead over the defending NISL champions. Over to McIntosh. Yeah, it's a foot race for it. 50-50 ball, and it is won by Savine. Not necessarily a 50-50 ball. Archie Filliter. Oh, great defense by Morales, and then Cervantes gets it to the middle of the field to Kyle Kurt. Nice pass to Morales. Morales being played by Filliter. And another player that I have not seen tonight is the former Atlanta Silverback, Chris Mahaffey. He did score a goal in that friendly against Lameno, and I just wanted to give him a shout out because I actually did not know who he was because he had a different jersey number. Over to Cervantes. Oh, it's almost a turnover there by Amaya, and right back to Nowicki. 3:55 left to go here until halftime. Turnover by Columbus, and McIntosh and Morales, they trip up Ponce. We're going to get a whistle on Columbus. So really what to expect in year 2 with we have these 2 brand new expansion teams, the Tampa Bay Strikers and the Central Florida Crusaders. And we just have our rivals, Memphis and Fayetteville. I mean, this is definitely a rivalry. And there's a header off the glass, and there's an opportunity here for Fayetteville. Nowicki was quick out of the box, but he's back inside the box, and it goes out of play. And if that goes out of play before it hit the yellow line, so it will be a free kick at the top of the arc for Fayetteville. This is where teams, actually it's going to be a free kick at the top of the yellow line, but this is where teams can get dangerous. Goals on set pieces. And Archie Filliter, left-footed strike is at the top of the arc. The play will be reset, and Kurt Nowicki will just slow it down with 2:38 left to go until halftime. So Columbus has controlled the possession. They have outshot Fayetteville, but it's still only 2-0. What was big, Fayetteville killed that penalty, because that could have easily been 3-0 Columbus. Kurt, oh, he's being challenged. He's back. Gives it back to Nowicki. Over to Roteas. Juan Roteas. Nowicki and Kurt. Looks like Fayetteville is going to want to try to press. Good defense by Rosendo Flores. Midfield to Roteas. Nice touch, and it drops it back for the goalkeeper. So they're just playing possession here with 2 minutes left to go, and that's the right move. Going to halftime up 2-0. And maybe you might want to try to go for another goal here as McIntosh plays it off the wall and he drops it back. As Fayetteville's trying to press, let's see if Columbus can run their 2-minute offense and try to get another goal. Open space for Aldana. Aldana, there's a shot attempt! Score! Gustavo Aldana! Columbus leads Fayetteville 3-0. Wow. I was talking about them running their 2-minute offense. That's how you do it. Gustavo Aldana just went up the field and got the goal. And this is a brand new player. I do not know a whole lot about Gustavo Aldana, but let me tell you something. We'll get to know him very well What a goal. 48 seconds left to go. Right, goalie to goalie, Kurt Nowicki defends it well right in his breadbasket. And Columbus is just going to play their game. Oh, it's a foot race. Watching that game against Tampa, I mean, they were down 4-2. Oh, they got a shot here. There's another shot attempt and a dive save by Savine. He's had a lot of saves so far. Columbus has outshot Fayetteville. 14 seconds left to go. You know, Columbus winning on the road against Tampa, that was very impressive. 12-7. And I know that Tampa's an expansion team, but they do have some talented players. You know, Florida has a lot of talented soccer players. But that's the halftime. It's been all Columbus here at the Columbus Civic Center. Your score at half, the Columbus Rapids 3, Fayetteville nothing. You are watching Columbus Rapids Soccer on the NISL's YouTube channel and CTV Beam. We'll be back after halftime. We're at halftime here at the Columbus Civic Center. Your Columbus Rapids leading the defending NISL champions, Fayetteville Fury, 3-0. Goal scored by Kyle Kurt in the 10:45 mark in the first quarter. Manny Chavez put one in the back of the net with 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And then Gustavo Aldanda, I hope I got this name right, brand new player on the Rapids, scoring a goal. That's always good, making your debut for Columbus and getting a goal. And Columbus 1-1 on the season after getting an impressive road victory over Tampa Bay, 12-7 on Sunday at the Yuengling Center. And they are back in action. Just to let you know that the next game, Columbus will be back in Tampa Bay on February the 19th, President's Day weekend. And then they'll be back up here at the Columbus Civic Center on Wednesday, February 22nd, taking on the expansion Tampa Bay Strikers. And it will be the first appearance of former Tampa Bay Buccaneers kicker Martin Gramatica in the Columbus Civic Center. Wanted to throw that out there because when I first heard that, I thought it was fascinating. Martin Gramatica, Super Bowl winning kicker for the Buccaneers, won the Super Bowl in 2002, and he is definitely a soccer guy and has done a great job with the Tampa Bay Strikers, men and women's team. The women's team did defeat the Columbus Rapids 12-4, so we'll see the men and the women on the 22nd of February. That will be the next home game. But I want to remind all you fans that coming up after this game, we're going to have the women's game as the Columbus Rapids women's team will take on the Fayetteville Fury women's team. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the two-star goalies in the NISL, Bria Riancho and Mayar Elglioshi. And Angel Haley for Memphis is also a great goalie as well. I mean, you have just outstanding goalkeeping from all three players. All right, the huddle is over from both coaches. Columbus will kick things off to start the second half. Up 3-0 where they outshot Fayetteville. Looking at the score sheets, the unofficial stats, they outshot Fayetteville 7-5. And they had the possession about 60% of the time. So let's see how Columbus plays with a 3-goal lead. Does Fayetteville want to get aggressive? Well, I tell you, this is a different Fayetteville team than the one I saw last year that came into the Columbus Civic Center on December the 30th and beat the Columbus Rapids 11-1. And there was close contests before. Columbus did lose to Fayetteville by 1 goal, but they have yet to beat Fayetteville in the history of their franchise, and they're hoping to get the victory tonight. So as the PA announcer, Aiden, he's back for a second season. Great to see him over there PA announcing here at the Columbus Civic Center. It is club night. They are honoring all the wonderful clubs in and around the Chattahoochee Valley, like Concord Fire South, Sousa. You have the Opelika Crush, the Auburn Thunder, Harris County Soccer, and CYSC. All right, Fayetteville will kick things off. And we are underway here in the second half. Richard Holdridge here doing the play-by-play for you on the NISL's YouTube channel. That goes out of play. It'll be a free kick for the Rapids. The Columbus Rapids in year 2, 5-12 last season. Their season ended in the semifinals against the Memphis Americans, in which Memphis went on to lose to Fayetteville in the championship game 5-3 in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Playing the Wallace Flores. Great defense by Kyle Kurt. Kurt gives it over to Allure. Allure gets tripped up and hits the turf, and the refs are going to let them play on. No foul. And that hits the board, takes a backspin, and it goes out of play. Oh, they play fast in the indoor game. There's Kurt. Kurt near side over to Chavez. He's got nothing but green grass. Manny Chavez taking a deflection and a backspin, goes off the post. Is it still in play? The refs are gonna say it's still in play. Let them play on. Philiter being challenged by McIntosh. There's a long pass, takes a deflection off the wall over to Johnny McNeil, the starting defender for the Fayetteville Fury. Takes a spin and right to Kyle Kurt, who has been solid at goalkeeper. I know that he did give up 7 goals against Tampa, but when you're scoring 12 goals, you can sit back and relax a little bit, but he's had a great game so far. As Columbus has improved defensively from year 1. Using the board, McIntosh, he's going to reset it over to Cervantes, leading goal scorer from last season, over to Ethan Allure on that back line of the defense. Fayetteville's going to try to press, but Allure is going to kick it right back to Nowicki. In the indoor game, you use the wall a lot for deflections. The wall is your best friend. Aldana over to Kyle Kurt, a foot race, takes a deflection. Fayetteville is just trying to clear it out of there. Oh, open space for Kyle Kurt, and what a save by Amir Savine. And the shots keep on coming. Columbus is out shooting Fayetteville 8-5. Eric Savine has had some incredible saves. Kyle Kurt has not had to work as much because the defense has been doing the job for the Rapids. Oh, Ethan Allure. Columbus has got the numbers, but Kyle Kurt is just going to slow things down, trying to kill some time off this clock. Don't let Fayetteville get any opportunities, and that was a costly turnover as Fayetteville now is going the other way, but Columbus is aggressive on the boards, and we're going to get a foul. That is going to be an easy call on the Rapids. And not sure if that is going to be, I'm counting the players, that is not a blue card. Remember, 8 fouls and the other team goes on the power play. It's an automatic blue card. So we get clarity in year 2 in the NISL. Familiar with the rules, definitely familiar with the rules of overtime. We see some incredible games from last season go to overtime. Zamudio, he was the goalkeeper from last season, playing in at defense. And I just remember head coach Jay Burby for Fayetteville as Kyle Kurt tries to split defenders. So Jay Burby for Fayetteville did tell me that Mayar Elglioshi is going to be in at defender tonight. It's Morales over to Kyle Kurt. Drops it back for Aldana. Gustavo Aldana's got a goal here in this game in the second quarter. Foot race, Zamudio. There's a shot taking a deflection, and it's still in play. Is it going to count? It counts! It's a goal for Columbus! Are they? No, they're not going to count it. Oh, I got a little ahead of myself. It looked like it was over the line. The refs, Fayetteville was trying to pull it back, and it looks like they pulled it back in time, so no goal. Had a lot of close calls like that last year. Gustavo Aldana, open space, playing that back line. Nice curl and bend. Nice pass over to Freddie Zamudio, and a save by Savine. And normally when I say Freddie Zamudio's name is because he was making a save last year, but he's making shots on goal. There's a foot race, Archie Philiter, and that was an easy play by Kyle Kurt. The only scoring opportunity so far here in the second half for Fayetteville. It just took an unfriendly bounce and it went right to the goalkeeper, Kurt Nowicki. Kurt Nowicki from South Africa. His teammate Kyle Kurt, also from South Africa. There's a nice header by Sammy Valdivia. He was signed on mid-season in year 1. Open space for Manny Chavez. Left-footed strike. Hits off the boards. That goes out of play, and it has to get thrown back. They don't give out souvenirs here in the NISL. It's disappointing for a fan when you come out to an NISL game, but they understand. There's a strike that takes a bad deflection, and Fayetteville now has the numbers as they try to respond on a counter. Here's a 2-on-2. Fayetteville has an opportunity. What a great defense. by Aldana rather, and there's a shot. It goes out of play. It hits the Columbus Lions banner over there with all of their championships, and that's how far it went. And now Columbus will reset, and we're also going to get a line change. So Manny Chavez, who scored the first goal in Rapids men's history last year against the Fayetteville Fury on December the 30th. However, they did lose 11-1. Much more improved Columbus Rapids team this year. Valdivia over to McIntosh, little 1-2 combo, and tries to get it back. Columbus has just done an incredible job on defense, not giving Fayetteville any scoring opportunities. Wagner over at the near side. Little touch, little pass that was intended for his teammate Hensley, and Ethan Allure tries to deflect it. Hensley's with it, but Nowicki scoops it right up, and let's see if Columbus goes fast. Chavez taking the middle of the field. Over to Cervantes, a one-timer to Valdivia. Over to Chavez with open space if he wants it. Manny Chavez, a curl and bend. Chavez, does he have the angle? And Philiter, and a 50-50 ball in a dangerous play as Savine was out of the goalie box. Goes out of play. We're going to get a line change for both teams. 7:08 left to go here in the third quarter. Columbus leading Fayetteville 3-0. It's been scoreless so far here in the third quarter. Both teams playing very good defense. Amaya passes it all the way to McNeil and gives it right back to Savine. Let's see if Savine he's just going to pass it back to McNeil. Fayetteville's going to try to figure out Columbus's defense as that goes out of play. If they want to get back into this game, Fayetteville is going to have to come up with a strategy to try to get a quick goal to make it interesting. But I'm very impressed with the way Columbus is playing with the 3-goal lead. Taking the bounce, Valdivia over to Nowicki. Nowicki, a lob pass, plays it off the chest for Sanchez. Keeps it in play. Header gets right back to Sanchez. Battling for it was Philiter and Cervantes, but Savine goes right into the hands of the goalkeeper, Savine. Oh, Philiter was challenged there by McIntosh. Now Philiter is in the open in the middle of the field, but Columbus with a turnover. Sammy Valdivia plays it off the boards. Sanchez still in play. Nope, the refs are going to say it went out of bounds. The ball hit the top of the wall, so the refs are going to call it a free kick for Fayetteville. Don't forget that the women's team is going to be up approximately 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game. This is the home opener here at the Columbus Civic Center for your Columbus Rapids. Year 2 in the NISL. Super excited to be a part of the NISL family. As that is not going to be a foul, as Allure wanted the call and he does not get it. The refs lets them play on. Off the plexiglass, there's a shot, it's off the crossbar, and it did not go in. Boy, Columbus dodged a bullet because I thought that was going to be a goal for Fayetteville. There wasn't a whole lot of space as Nowicki tried to punch it out of the air, but it hits the crossbar. 4:43 left to go here in the third quarter. Richard Holderich here on the broadcast on the NISL's YouTube channel. Juan Roteas, open space. Roteas is going to get his own pass. It was intended for Sanchez. Roteas with a shot. Sanchez with a shot. And 2 saves there in a matter of 2 seconds by Savine. And Columbus is out shooting Fayetteville 11-6. Of course, those are unofficial stats. Brandon Cervantes, open space, pass to Juan Roteas, and a save by Savine. He could not get the rebound. Archie Philiter, he's going to push it up the field. There's a pass, there's a deflection, and Columbus able to get it back defensively. It was a 50-50 ball that just took a deflection off the plexiglass. but not enough for Fayetteville to get a goal, and they still trail 3-0. Zamudio drops it back for Rote, or over to Brandon Cervantes. Score! Brandon Cervantes. I knew we would call his name eventually tonight. He scored 4 goals against Tampa on Sunday, and he has now 5 goals on the season. The leading goal scorer from last year is the leading goal scorer from this year. 4-0 Columbus. And the refs are just going to let it play on. And we're finally going to get a whistle. Woo! You know, I'm impressed with the way Columbus is just playing defensively. So Nowicki has not had to work hard. There hasn't really been a whole lot of shot opportunities for Fayetteville. And now Columbus has a 4-goal lead. I believe this is the largest lead that Columbus has had in a rapid soccer game in franchise history. I mean, they beat Rome a couple of times last year. I don't know if they beat them by 4 goals, but oh, could have been an easy play by Brandon Cervantes, but here comes Fayetteville with some numbers. It's a 3-on-2 and a save by Aldana. Nice pass all the way across the field to Sanchez, over to Chavez, over to Cervantes. Brandon Cervantes being challenged. That's a dangerous play. Goalie is out of the goal box. Kurt. Fayetteville is trying to get it out of play, but Columbus is right there to get back the possession. See if they can close out this third quarter, trying to extend their lead. Over to Kyle Kurt, who has a goal already. He scored the first goal of the night. Over to Chavez, and then Fayetteville, Archie Filleter. Oh, he has been tremendous on defense for the Fayetteville Fury. Back over to Garcia, near side. Garcia is going to dribble it. There's a long pass, and then it's right back to the goalkeeper. A minute left to go here in the third period. We've got one more period to go. That is going to be out of play.
What does that mean? Points? I think it's 4.
4-0 your score, Columbus, with 36 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Fayetteville has got to come up with something. Otherwise, they're going to go into the fourth quarter down 4 goals. And Columbus trying to pick up their second victory of the season. Allure back to Nowicki. Aldana, he's got a goal in this game. He scored that goal in that second period. And the time expires on the third period. So we got one more period to go. The Columbus Rapids lead the Fayetteville Fury 4-0. You are watching Columbus Rapids Soccer on the National Indoor Soccer League's YouTube channel. We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. This is the home opener for your Columbus Rapids, who lead the defending NISL champions, Fayetteville, 4-0. How is everybody doing out there? I am Richard Holdridge, your play-by-play announcer for the Columbus Rapids, here for year 2. So glad to be back for year 2. You know, when you're in the year 1, the inaugural season, you try to work out the kinks. And then, the NISL with the 2 new expansion teams, of course, Rome is going to pause their season. It's going to look a little bit different, but we have that familiarity, especially with these 2 teams that played in the opener last year. Let's see if Fayetteville is going to try to press, because Columbus has done a great job controlling the possession, and they have also outshot Fayetteville. Nothing but open space for Kyle Kurt. Over to Sanchez, left-footed, striking a header in a foot race. And let's see if Fayetteville tries to get it out of play, and Columbus is just going to try to get aggressive and try to win the ball back, but it goes out of play, and it'll be a free kick coming up for Fayetteville. The Fayetteville Fury, they won the championship in the inaugural season 5-3 against the Memphis Americans at Fayetteville. It was a neutral site game on April the 2nd and 3rd. There were only 4 teams in the NISL last year. All 4 teams made the playoffs. Columbus was the 3rd seed, and they took on Memphis in the semifinals, and the Rome Gladiators took on Fayetteville in the other semifinal game. It's going to be a little bit different this year, because with 5 teams, only 3 are going to make the playoffs. But the team with the number 1 overall seed will get the bye. So 3 will play 2, and then the winner of that game will play the number 1 seed to the championship. So the number 1 seed is going to get an automatic berth in the championship. And right now, leading the standings is the Memphis Americans with a 1-0 record. But Columbus, right there at 1-1, trying to push their record to 2-1. And Central Florida is yet to play a game. Kyle Kurt got a defender, Filleter, on him. Columbus doing a great job with the possession. Stephen McIntosh, one of the key members on that Rapids team last year defensively, back for year 2. Ethan Allure, the amateur from Point University, one of the key players from last season. Kurt is a newcomer. Oh, and there is a play, and the refs, that was a clean tackle. They're going to let them play on. Kurt, quick line change as Chavez gets into the game. Kyle Kurt, there's a lob shot that's off the crossbar. Barely hit the crossbar, and another shot attempt for Columbus. And Kyle Kurt is not afraid to make that strike. On the season, he's got 1 goal and 3 assists, so he's got 4 points. Right now, Brandon Cervantes, the leading goal scorer, with 5 goals on the season. Foot race, using the wall is Nowicki. Nowicki so far with a clean slate. Brandon Cervantes over to Almada. Aldana. Oh, and where's the call? No call. Ref's gonna let them play on. Got a little physical with the Fayetteville defender, but the refs are just gonna let them play on. McNeil just kicks it into the crowd, and it will be a free kick for the Rapids. Columbus with a 4-0 lead. Brandon Cervantes over to Chavez. Chavez, he's got open space. Deflection by Savine, and it goes out of play. Wow. So this is the first game that I'm calling so far this season. It's going to be a long season. I need to make sure to conserve my voice. But yeah, those goals get a little exciting. Fayetteville trying to get possession out of there, but Columbus has been doing a great job being aggressive. And Fayetteville just has not had any opportunities. Columbus is just right there defensively. Nothing in the open space Fayetteville just does not have the speed that they had last year turning up the field. They just don't have the same players that they had from last year's championship team. But you could tell the style of play, the way Columbus plays, a big difference in year 2 compared to year 1. Over to McNeil. Passes to Wagner. Off the boards, and there's a Filleter with a shot opportunity. Did not have the angle he wanted, and it was a very low percentage shot for the veteran Archie Filleter, who witnessed his team raise a championship banner in the Crown Complex, which their first home game is going to be February the 18th, and they will proudly display that banner at the Crown Complex. Well-deserved championship for Fayetteville last year. They just had an incredible team, a 14-3 regular season on to get the #1 seed and beating Memphis 5-3 in the championship game. We want to welcome the commissioner of the league, Andrew Haynes, in attendance tonight. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're watching us on YouTube, I think this is the first appearance by Andrew Haynes, our commissioner of this fine league, the National Indoor Soccer League, that came into existence in 2021. I know that indoor soccer, very popular in the 1980s with the Memphis Americans and also in the MASL, but this is the first women's indoor soccer league, and so that's exciting as well. Speaking of the women, they are coming on next in approximately 20 minutes. This is club night here at the Columbus Civic Center. You're a member of one of these fine clubs like Sousa and Concord Fire South, you get a free ticket. There's a shot attempt by Fayetteville, and Fayetteville's going to try to get this possession, make things interesting if they can get a goal here. But it's been all Columbus as far on that defense. Oh, and Columbus has got the numbers. Here comes Aldonza. Aldonza! Score! Gustavo Aldana with his second goal of the game. And Columbus leads Fayetteville 5-0. Columbus has been disciplined on defense, and we all know the saying, defense turns to offense. And that is really what they have been practicing. 7:16 left to go in this game. And right now, a 5-goal lead. Barring something crazy, I feel that Columbus is going to get out of here with a win. Oh, a turnover at Kyle Kurt. Columbus has got the numbers. Over to Juan Roteas. Roteas sets it up. Score! Juan Roteas. Well, his first goal with the Columbus Rapids here in this game. And he did that a lot last year for Rome. There was a goal where Juan Roteas had the angle and got it in the back of the net with really a bad angle, and he still made the shot. So welcome to Columbus, Juan Roteas, your first goal as a Columbus Rapid. And those were 2 quick goals here in the fourth quarter. And now Columbus with a 6-0 lead over the defending NISL champions, Fayetteville Fury. And I love how Columbus is not giving up on the play. Kyle Kurt, there's a shot, and that's a goal. And Kyle Kurt with the celebration. Have yourself a day. Kyle Kurt, 2 goals and 1 assist. And he is giving the Columbus Rapids the touchdown lead over Fayetteville. You're not watching the Columbus Lions against Fayetteville. It is 7-0, but that is a soccer score. As the clock continues to wind down here at the Columbus Civic Center. Columbus is approximately 5 minutes away from picking up their second victory on the season. And you look at their schedule, they got to play Tampa 2 more times before they play Central Florida. And they'll play Central Florida. They'll play Memphis on the 26th of February. They'll play Central Florida for the very first time on March the 4th. And then they're back at the Civic Center for the oh-so-famous triple header, where I get to call 3 games in 3 days. I did that last year during President's Day weekend. And we definitely got to get some people with some soccer knowledge to kind of help me on the broadcast. Oh, there's a play. And Fayetteville is going to try to get it back, but Columbus gets the possession back. Over to Roteas. He already has a goal. Juan Roteas. Oh, and there's a good play there by Fayetteville defensively. You know, when Juan Roteas turns up the field, you got to watch out. Kyle Kurt. And it's a save. You know, Amir Savine has had some incredible saves, but it's just been too much firepower for Columbus. You know, Columbus is a hot team right now. 12 goals against Tampa on Sunday, and they don't skip a beat. Oh, Fayetteville's got the numbers. Over to Filleter. Archie Filleter hits off the plexiglass. Zamudio tries to play it off the chest. Zamudio turns it up the field. 3:44 left to go here in this contest. Columbus is minutes away from picking up their second victory. And I can now say on the broadcast, first time beating Fayetteville in franchise history. Don't forget that the women's team is approximately 20 minutes from the duration of this game, as they will take on the Fayetteville Fury women's team. And Coach Burby for Fayetteville told me that Erin Brady is not going to play. She did not make the trip. I was really looking forward to seeing that homecoming with the former Columbus Rapids player, Erin Brady, making her return to Columbus. Hopefully when Tampa comes on the 22nd, we'll be able to see former Columbus Rapid Roger Castellanos. You know, you root for these players. I mean, you want to see them play for your team, but you also want to see the league thrive. And that's the vision that Andrew Haynes has for this league. And hopefully I could get him here up on the broadcast. Back over to McIntosh. 2:33 left to go. McIntosh over to Morales, far side. Columbus is just going to try to give their goalkeeper, Kurt Nowicki, the clean slate. But Fayetteville just wants to make it interesting, trying to get a goal. Nowicki is just going to kick it off the deflection, and it goes still in play. It's been a clean game. We have not had a lot of fouls. And there you go. And that's the broadcast jinx. We just picked up a foul right when I was saying that we have not had a lot of fouls. So it's going to be a free kick at the top of the yellow line. Archie Filleter trying to fire up the fans here at the Civic Center on club night. Still in the wall, Filleter in the corner. And that pass was intended for Filleter. A couple touches on the ball, drops it back to Savine. Savine in the corner, takes some deflection, McNeil, and there's a possibility shot attempt, and Columbus is still with the clean sheet, could not get a goal for Fayetteville. Now we got 1:10 left to go. Can Columbus get their first shutout in franchise history? They're a minute away from getting the clean bill, which is a shutout victory for Kurt Nowicki. But don't forget, Tuesday nights at Ivy Park Sports and Grill, we will have our Columbus Rapids Off the Walls podcast, where I will break down the games and interview players and sponsors. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Here we got Aldana and another turnover there by Fayetteville. Fayetteville gets it right back. 50-50 ball won by Fayetteville, and a header goes out of play. It will be a free kick coming up for the Rapids. So Juan Roteas, he's had a very good game tonight. There's a 50-50 ball, open goalie. Roteas trying to get it out, and a great play by Savine, and Roteas hits the turf. Looks like he's shaken up, but that is the sound. The horn sounds, and the Columbus Rapids defeat the Fayetteville Fury 7-0 to go to 2-1 on the season. Fayetteville falls to 0-1. Columbus will travel back to Tampa on February the 19th to take on the Tampa Bay Strikers once again. So the player of the game definitely has to be Kyle Kurt with 2 goals and 1 assist. The Columbus Rapids outshot the Fury, and they also controlled the time of possession, and a shutout win for Kurt Nowicki. But don't go anywhere, because we got the women's team in approximately 20 minutes. They'll take on the Fayetteville Fury. You are watching Columbus Rapids Soccer on the NISL's YouTube channel. Welcome to the Columbus Civic Center, Game 2 for the home opener tonight. It's time for the women's team to take on the Fayetteville Fury here in the home opener in the Fountain City. It is National Indoor Soccer League time here at the Columbus Civic Center. I am Richard Holdridge, your play-by-play announcer for the Rapids here on the broadcast in year 2 in the NISL. And the Columbus Rapids trying to pick up their first victory of the season after having an 0-2 start. Lost to Memphis 7-3 in the opener on the 20th, and then lost to Tampa Bay on Sunday 12-4 as they look to get the victory over the Fayetteville Fury. This is the first game of the season for the Fury. So a recap from last season, the Columbus Rapids finished the year 7-11, picked up the 3rd seed, lost to Rome, and Fayetteville was 5-12 last year. And so we're gonna go ahead and have the national anthem. We'll let you listen into that, and then we'll have the start of this game. All right, it's time for indoor soccer here in the Fountain City. The Columbus Rapids, who were the 3 seed last year, taking on the Fayetteville Fury, who was the 4 seed, lost to the Memphis Americans in the first round of the playoffs. The Rapids lost to the Rome Gladiators in the inaugural season. The playoffs were held at the Crown Complex up in Fayetteville. This is club night. We see a lot of young soccer players and future Columbus Rapids wearing their soccer uniforms with pride, including CYSC, the Opelika Crush, the Auburn Thunder. We have Sousa, and we have Concord Fire South. And also Harris County Soccer as well. Can't forget about them. A lot of soccer being played in the Chattahoochee Valley. We have a soccer complex here in Columbus that has about 20 fields down in Woodruff Park. And so you know that every Saturday it's going to be soccer time in the Fountain City. Your starting lineup for your Columbus Rapids, in at goalkeeper is Bria Riancho. That back line of Ellie Russell and Erica Schultz. And then you have Kaylee O'Connor, the former Rome Gladiator, in the midfield, doing the 2-1-2 combo. The front line of Carly Banks and Olivia Jarrell. Carly Banks with 3 goals leading the team. Olivia Jarrell with 2 goals. Columbus wearing their traditional white jersey with navy blue shorts. And Fayetteville wearing their orange jerseys with their black shorts. Their traditional colors here. Fayetteville was the opponent in the opener last season on December the 30th. Columbus lost that contest in a very close game. And also the Columbus Rapids have the 2 top goal scorers in the NISL from last season. With Rome pausing their season, Columbus is able to pick up Kaylee O'Connor, Carly Banks, Erica Schultz. Got a lot of players from that Rome Gladiator team. And they also feature the reigning MVP in the NISL, Olivia Jarrell. who played her collegiate soccer at Columbus State, the all-time leading goal scorer for the Columbus State Lady Cougars, and also Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year, went all the way to the state title in 2015, the national title.
Somebody's already in the box.
We already have somebody in the, nope. All right. We will start things off. I'm not sure what that is going to be. There's a delay so far here in this game, and we'll give you word. My producer Toygar up here with me. Just a reminder, you are watching us on the National Indoor Soccer League's YouTube channel. And we're actually starting this game as the Fury is going to be on the power play. I guess we do have one player in the box, but I'm looking at 5-on-5 on here. That hits the plexiglass. There's a header. Ellie Russell gets it down, and then we have Kaylee O'Connor over to Carly Banks. Banks over to Gerald. Far side, Olivia Gerald over to O'Connor. A collision. O'Connor racing. Who wants it? And Fayetteville will get it back, and Bria Riancho gives it right over to Erica Schultz. Playing that back line is Erica Schultz and Ellie Russell. Your starting lineup in the 2-1-2. That was a 50-50 ball, and Olivia Gerald had a huge scoring opportunity. 1 minute into this game, and Columbus has already got a shot on goal, and it is the leading goal scorer from last season, Olivia Gerald. Expect to hear her name a lot. Olivia Gerald trying to split the defenders. A pass over to her teammate Carly Banks, the former Rome Gladiator. Banks over to Gerald. Great defense by Fayetteville. Fayetteville wants to try to improve from their 5-12 record last season. They have beaten Columbus a couple times in year one, but Columbus had a very impressive road win at the Crown Complex as Haley Ryan picked up the victory in at goal. And they won that game trying to hold off a 3-goal lead. Fayetteville came all the way back to tie it. And there's, right in the breadbasket, of Bria Riancho. Ellie Russell, Kaylee O'Connor, the back line of Russell, over to Gerald, center circle. She's got some open lane. Deflection by Fayetteville. Gerald gets it right back. Kaylee O'Connor scored the first goal this season for the Rapids. In the middle of the field to Gerald. Great defense by Shannon Leghart, was on this team last year. Nice steal by Kaylee O'Connor. And there's a shot deflection, and it hits the crossbar. And in at goalie, we have a new goalie. It's number 24. That is Samantha Walker. So last year's goalkeeper, Mayar Elglioshi, is in on defense for head coach Jay Burby, who also coaches the men's team as well for Fayetteville. There's a lob pass and right to Riancho. Another easy save for the goalkeeper for Columbus. Ellie Russell, Kaylee O'Connor. Oh, good defense by Quintanilla. And there's a shot attempt and a save by Walker, and it's a goal! Off the deflection, no goal. All right, it's being waved off. Gotta keep your eyes on the swivel. No goal, it's 0-0. All right. Good scoring opportunity for Columbus. That's their second shot on goal. Walker near side, Leghart. Nice curl and bend. Carly Banks, good defense. That front line of Banks and Gerald, that is going to have a lot of goals. There's a 50-50, and Riancho will track that one down. Oh, right in the middle of the field, Fayetteville plays it off the foot. Little bit of a deflection, but Schultz has it. Pass for her former teammate from Rome last year, Kaylee O'Connor. Fayetteville did not have the numbers in an easy play for Bria Riancho. We have a newcomer in the game, and that is Shiva Razy. She coming back on this squad. Fayetteville is going to try to play the possession here. The Rapids men's team won the first game 7-0. We are early on here in the first quarter here in a scoreless contest between the Fayetteville Fury and the Columbus Rapids. Here's a scoring opportunity for Fayetteville, and it's knocked out of the way. Sydney Vadney. And there's a shot deflected. Still in danger. Razy is going to track it down, hits it off the board. She tries to clear it out of the zone. And it's going to be out of play. And joining me up in the booth, I am privileged to welcome the president of the NISL and the owner of the Columbus Rapids and all the teams here in the NISL, Andrew Haynes. Andrew, it is an honor. I got to ask you, is this your first time visiting Columbus?
No, I was at some games last year as well, so definitely been out here. I'll tell you what, those stairs are a little brutal.
Oh, nice deflection.
I'm fat and out of shape, so I'm breathing a little heavy here.
Oh yeah, well the stairs up in the Civic Center is that'll do that. As Carly Banks, a nice move. She's got some open field, and it's off the plexiglass. Carly Banks gets her own rebound. Banks, shot, another save by Walker, and it gets cleared out.
A lot of action quick.
Here.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Well, what did you think of that first game, the men's team for the Rapids beating Fayetteville 7-0?
I'll tell you what, that was like rapid fire. And, I think Columbus is much improved from last year. I think Fayetteville has a lot of new players, so a little bit of an adjustment for them, but great way to open up here in Columbus.
And I saw you down in Tampa. I mean, you have a home down in Tampa. You got two new expansion teams in the NISL, the Tampa Bay Strikers and the Central Florida Crusaders. We'll see Central Florida in a couple weeks, but that was a pretty good crowd down in Tampa.
Yeah, it really wasn't too bad for the opener. I think, throughout the league, I mean, we're in that, 1,500, 1,700 fans a game kind of mode, and, working hard to kind of increase that over the next few months and build momentum going into year 3.
All right, so this is a Wednesday night, a pretty decent crowd for the first home opener for the Columbus Rapids this season. It's club night. Got a lot of young future Rapids players that are here in attendance. And, so far, the Rapids women's team, they finished 3rd last year. This Fayetteville team finished 4th. When you look back in year 1 in the NISL, what were some of the success and what were some of the things that you felt, maybe we could do this a little bit different?
Well, I think some of the success I liked was our games were highly competitive. We had a few games get a little lopsided, but for the most part, there was a lot of 1 or 2 goal games, overtime, or coming down to the last minute or 2 of the game. What we really saw, though, was the games were lasting too long. It was too long to engage the fans, so we modified our rules into more of a running clock, except for the last minute of the half and the last minute of the game. Still getting a lot of goals, a lot of action, but the first 2 games we finished about 3 hours, 15 minutes from start to finish. And so that's that sweet spot where I think we really need to be to grow this and keep fans for both games.
And I got to talk about 2024. The Rome Gladiators, are they trying to get back in 2024? And will we see any other expansion teams?
Yeah, we're hopeful. We're at the mercy of the venues, but we've been in negotiations with over a dozen venues and cities, and just trying to narrow that down to the right markets to go into next year. I mean, we're going to try to still stay southeast and then start growing outside of that a little bit. And we've got some great prospects. But overall, I mean, I think the league is headed in the right direction. We got a lot of work to do in a lot of areas, but it's definitely something I'm passionate about and believe in what we're building.
Well, Andrea, it is an honor having you up here in the booth. It's a pleasure finally getting to meet you face to face. I know that you are a great ambassador for this league, and we just want this league just to continue to grow and enjoy the rest of the game.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me up.
All right, that is Andrew Haynes. He is the commissioner of the NISL and the owner for the teams in the NISL. Privileged, and you also have a podcast too. I've been listening to your podcast. You've been doing a great job with that. No, you've been doing a great job. I have a podcast too, so you know we gotta talk later. All right, it's still a scoreless game here. 5:33 left to go here in the women's game, and Fayetteville's had a couple shot opportunities. Stephanie Quintanilla, and she gets it right back. Quintanilla, left-footed strike right in the breadbasket of Riancho. That was a good strike. It's just it was on target. Olivia Gerald over to Haley Davis. Davis has been seeing a lot of action. She saw a lot of action in that friendly against Concord Fire South. But who can not forget about the star player for Concord Fire South, former Columbus Rapids player Bree Conley. And a big shout out to her dad who watches the Columbus Rapids broadcasts. And you know, when you're a member of the Columbus Rapids, you're a fan for life. I mean, I've been seeing former Columbus Rapids players here in attendance, and it's really just a special organization, a brotherhood and sisterhood of soccer players here in the Fountain City. Banks back over to Ellie Russell, comes from England, but she also has played club teams here in the States as well. Quintanilla, one of the star players from Fayetteville last season. Over to Herbert, back over to Leghart. Shannon Leghart is going to try to track the possession down and give it to Samantha Walker, the goalkeeper that is taking the place of Mayar Elglioshi, who is in on defense tonight. We shall see Mayar Elglioshi on Sam Rubio. Also one of those. There's a foot race. Kaylee O'Connor, open field. Kaylee O'Connor, and it's just deflected. Looked like it hit Walker, and it went out of bounds. It's going to be reset. So we really appreciated the Commissioner of the League, Andrew Haynes, joining us on the broadcast as we continue to grow this league in year 2 in the NISL. Walker past the yellow line. She's going to take it out herself. Over to Leghart. Nice play by Kaylee O'Connor. It's a foot race between O'Connor and Leghart. O'Connor still with it. Shannon Leghart. And that's going to be a handball, and refs are going to call it free kick going the other way for Fayetteville. Fayetteville wants to hurry it up. Right in the midfield. Fayetteville does not have the numbers. Shava Razy. Good deflection. Kaylee O'Connor, a header by Razy. And it's reset back to Shannon Leghart, middle of the field. Let's see if Fayetteville can get on the attack. That header took a bad deflection. And there's an opportunity for Fayetteville, and it's off the plexiglass. Another missed opportunity for the Fayetteville Fury. Scoreless contest here in the first quarter. Columbus has had some scoring opportunities. Olivia Jarrow with a 50-50 ball with Walker. And then Fayetteville had some shots, but they have not been on target. As Columbus trying to pick up their first victory of the season. Over to Riancho. And they're trying to shake off that 12-4 loss they suffered on Sunday against the Tampa Bay Strikers. O'Connor, Kaylee O'Connor, it's a foot race. She's got the corner, she's gonna take it. Let's see if she can kick it to a teammate. Carly Banks, O'Connor, and she slips off the turf. She's like, puts her hands up, did not get a handball. And Columbus is going to have to reset the offense, but Fayetteville's going to want to try to press. Riancho has got to get in the goalie box. Here comes an opportunity for Fayetteville. Ramon, shot attempt, just off the mark, and a save by Riancho. The length, Riancho had to get a finger to get that save. going to get another free kick. Taking this free kick is Shannon Leghart, the veteran from last season. Leghart right in the back of the net, and Shannon Leghart puts Fayetteville up 1-0. That was an incredible shot by Shannon Leghart to get top shelf in the left corner, upper 90. As the clock winds down, Fayetteville jumps out to an early 1-goal lead over Columbus. Over to Carly Banks. Let's see if they can try to get a goal here. Carly Banks and a save by Walker. O'Connor and a save by Walker again. 12 seconds. Columbus is going to try to press, but Fayetteville will get it right back. Haley Gomez, 3 seconds, goes out of play, and that will be the first quarter. But Fayetteville gets on the board first. An incredible goal off a free kick by Shannon Leghart, and the Fayetteville Fury lead Columbus 1-0. You are watching the National Indoor Soccer League's YouTube channel. This is Columbus Rapids Soccer. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Columbus Civic Center. Start of the second quarter. Fayetteville on top of the Rapids, 1-0, thanks to a goal by Shannon Leghart. Just a reminder that the upcoming matches in the NISL this Saturday, the Memphis Americans are traveling down to the Yuengling Center to take on the Tampa Bay Strikers, and then they're going to make that trip up I-4 and play the Central Florida Crusaders on Sunday, February the 5th. It will be the home opener for the Central Florida Crusaders. This is the first time that we're seeing Fayetteville this season. Sydney Vandy over to Mitchell. Mitchell and Vandy protecting that back line. Gives it over to Riancho. Middle of the field is Carly Banks. Let's see if she can try to push it. Banks got an open field. Splits the defenders and a save by Walker. A left-footed strike by Carly Banks to try to get the equalizer. And Walker, who's been solid at goalkeeper so far, hits the deflection off the corner, and Lauren Mitchell racing it down. Let's see if Fayetteville can try to get aggressive. Quintanilla. Stephanie Quintanilla, member of last year's team. Quintanilla. There's a strike, and it's off the post. Just out of play, and the Columbus Rapids will reset. So the Rapids' next game will not be until February the 19th when they go back to Tampa to take on the Tampa Bay Strikers. Here comes Megan Byers. Great defense by Quintanilla. And Megan Byers, who scored the first goal in Rapids women's history last year on December the 26th against the Memphis Americans. It was actually 2021, so last year was 2022, but last season. There you go. Quintanilla, and a nice save by Riancho. Over to Ariel Jones. Back over to Mitchell, the former Rome Gladiator. Got quite a few former Rome Gladiators on this Rapids team. Vadney. Back over to Vadney. Played at Columbus State along with the goalkeeper Bria Riancho. Over to Ariel Jones. Over to Byers. And then Walker is going to free it up and give Fayetteville an opportunity with a 1-goal lead to try to push some offense. It goes over the plexiglass and out of play. And once again, we're also going to have a line change and a reset for the Rapids here in the second quarter. How is everybody doing? I am Richard Holdridge, the play-by-play announcer for the Rapids here in year 2 in the NISL. Riancho, 50-50 ball. Got to be careful. Walker with a deflection. Still in the danger zone, and Columbus had an opportunity to maybe get a bad deflection as Ramon clears it out, and it goes out of play. So in year 2 in the NISL, the Rome Gladiators are pausing their season. Like the commissioner Haynes said, they might come back in 2024, but we do have 5 teams in the NISL, the 2 new expansion teams down in Florida, the Tampa Bay Strikers and the Central Florida Crusaders. Right over to Samantha Walker. Walker, a quick throw in. Over to Nunez. Near side, Sammy Feinstein. O'Connor. Let's see if Fayetteville has the middle of the field. Takes a weird spin in the corner, but Erica Schultz. Good defense by Nunez, and we're going to get Sam Rubio on the play, and it'll be a free kick going the other way for Columbus. Remember, there's no offsides in indoor soccer, so Carly Banks just portraying center field, and Mitchell trying to race it down, and Ramon. Carly Banks, here's a turnover. Carly Banks, there's a shot just off the mark, top of the crossbar. You know, Carly Banks, if she continues shooting like that, she's going to eventually get it because she's been close. She is just that type of player with the scoring capability, the strike that Carly Banks has. That's what made her a deadly player for the Rome Gladiators, a team that finished second in the NISL last season. Over in the corner, we got Ellie Russell, good defense. Olivia Gerald. Nice move by Olivia Gerald to get it out of there. Kaylee O'Connor using the boards. Columbus has the numbers. O'Connor, Haley Davis. But good defense by Fayetteville. Sammy Feinstein and Emily Herbert. Fayetteville doing a good job guarding that back line. Stolen by Russell, gives it over to Gerald. Pass to O'Connor. O'Connor, she's got open space. Nice deflection. Connor with the rebound and a dive save by Walker. Columbus has had the shot on goal opportunities. Oh, and a nice steal by Erica Schultz. There's a shot and it's just off the mark. A couple of more inches and it might have went into the top shelf of the goal. We are going to have a delay of game as they try to get the official NISL soccer ball out of the net. Well, it's just going to stay there until somebody can get it. Shannon Leghart, she's got the only goal so far in the game for Fayetteville. Let's see if Fayetteville's going to try to press right in the breadbasket of Riancho. Over to Byers. Center field for Gerald. Uses a wall off a deflection. Haley Davis, left-footed strike. Nobody there, and Fayetteville will kick it out of play. Depending on where Fayetteville kicked it out, looks like it's going to be a free kick at the top of the yellow line. It's important to know exactly where the ball landed, because if it landed anywhere in the inside of the yellow line, it'll be a free kick at the top of the arc. And of course, in year 2, we get familiar with the NISL rules, and so they're not going to call it a free kick. It's going to be a free kick coming up for Columbus on the side wall. So here we go. Ellie Russell going to kick this over to Schultz. Schultz, shot attempt, and that is high. Columbus is trying to get those shot opportunities. I mean, they have players that could get it top shelf, which is a very hard goal to defend. But there's a nice turnover, and then Fayetteville does get it right back. Collision, Ariel Jones and Ellie Russell gets it right back to Riancho. Fayetteville's going to want to try to press, and that's a costly turnover. It just took a bad deflection off the wall, and Fayetteville, with a 1-goal lead, can reset their offense. Pushing it up the field is the Fury, and right to Riancho. That self-awareness has made her one of the best goals in the NISL from last season. Russell back over to Vadney, back to Riancho. 6:57 left to go here in the second quarter. There's a header by Davis. That's going to stay in play. Davis still with it in the corner. Good defense by Herbert. Davis, middle of the field, and Fayetteville gets out of danger as Quintanilla now has it. Turns up the field. Quintanilla in the corner. Marked by Russell. Jones trying to help out. Quintanilla lost it. Back over to Leghart. So Fayetteville, middle of the field in Columbus. Good defense. And Columbus has got to think, be aggressive when there's an opportunity. But if Fayetteville has a scoring opportunity, Columbus has just got to focus on their defense. Fayetteville only scored a goal off a free kick. I mean, that was just a great shot by Shannon Leghart. And there's really nothing you could do about it. Nice deflection. Columbus trying to get it out. Still in play. Leghart, she already has the 1 goal that rolls to the plexiglass. Ariel Jones trying to track it down with Fierce. And then over to Carly Banks, who's back in the game. Banks over to Ellie Russell. Nothing but green grass for Russell. Back to Banks, middle of the field. Carly Banks, curl, a bin, left-footed strike. Nice deflection, still in play. Carly Banks, shot, saved by Walker. Now Carly Banks, she's got 3 shots on goal. They've been very good high percentage shots. Will eventually will fall, but Columbus being aggressive, trying to go for the equalizer. We get another line change. Olivia Gerald back in the game for Columbus. Little header, collision. Right in the middle of the field is Carly Banks. Olivia Gerald, look at the speed. Olivia Gerald, right to her teammate Carly Banks. Gerald, saved by Walker. So Olivia Gerald turning up the field with that speed reminds me of her former teammate, Brianna Conley. Kaylee O'Connor off the board. O'Connor back over to Carly Banks. Banks, left-footed strike, and a save by Walker. Deflected by Gerald, and it goes out of play. Well, Columbus has had their opportunities. They're down 1-0, and they have had opportunities to tie it up. But you don't want to be down 2 goals. They've done a great job defensively on Fayetteville, just holding it to the 1-goal lead for the Fury. Leghart now has it, near side. Nice touch. Deflection by Gerald, goes right to her teammate Carly Banks. Columbus has got the numbers. Banks, there's a possible shot. Erica Schultz, goal! That was actually Kaylee O'Connor as number 18. Kaylee O'Connor scored the first goal this season for the Columbus Rapids, gets her 2nd goal of the season. What an assist by Carly Banks. Well, that was a team effort. The equalizer with 3:10 left to go ties this game up at 1. Oh, and Erica Schultz with the turnover hits the turf and gets right back up. Shannon Leghart. Fayetteville, they were trying to duplicate what they did last year. Finished in 4th place. They want to improve. Lauren Mitchell. From what I've seen this year, Fayetteville is a much improved team from last year. They have looked pretty good so far. Here's Carly Banks, another opportunity over to Lauren Mitchell in the corner. Mitchell uses the deflection. It's going to be a foot race. Carly Banks, and a nice save by Samantha Walker, who has been a wall at goalkeeper for the Fayetteville Fury. In for the starting goalkeeper from last season, Mayar Elglioshi. So Fayetteville has 2 formidable goalkeepers, I would definitely say. There's a shot attempt off the wall. It's still in play. Very dangerous, but Riancho gets it right to Gerald. Olivia Gerald takes the deflection. Carly Banks. Back over to Rubio. Good defense by Columbus. And that will go out of play. Want to remind everybody that you are watching us on the National Indoor Soccer League's YouTube channel. I am Richard Holdridge, back for year 2 in the NISL. I was so privileged to have the commissioner of the league, Andrew Haynes, up here for an interview, and definitely check out his podcast too. You could tell that he is passionate about the league, and just great just having him in the booth. Oh, a nice header by Shannon Leghart. It's a foot race. Can Lauren Mitchell get there? Oh, nice. Takes the deflection off the wall. Here comes Carly Banks with a minute left to go. Nice pass to Olivia Gerald. Olivia Gerald off the post. Goalkeeper's out of the box. Tracking it down is Ramon. Megan Myers. It's off the plexiglass. Less than a minute to go. Over to Feinstein. There's a pass. Lauren Mitchell, good defense by Mitchell. She's going to mark her player to make sure she does not get the angle shot. Mayar Elglioshi in the game as a defender. The goalkeeper from last year's team. Byers over to Gerald. 25 seconds. Banks. Near side. Banks. Over to Gerald. She got tripped up a little bit. No call. Carly Banks. Spin move. Nunez. 10 seconds left to go. And Fayetteville looks like they're going to get out of Dodge. Columbus had an opportunity, and Fayetteville did a great job clearing it out. And that is going to be halftime. But Columbus, with the equalizer, Kaylee O'Connor ties it up in the second quarter. And your score, Columbus 1, Fayetteville 1. You are watching the National Indoor Soccer League's YouTube channel. We'll be back with the second half. 1-1 is your score at halftime. We are getting ready for the start of the second half as Shiva Razy is getting set to kick it off at center circle for your Columbus Rapids. Out there is Erica Schultz, Ellie Russell, Ariel Jones, Megan Byers, and Shiva Razy. And it looks like Fayetteville is going to kick it off instead. 1-1 is your score here at the Columbus Civic Center. This is club night. A lot of young soccer players that are part of these outstanding clubs here in the Chattahoochee Valley. Remember, the season for the spring is going to be in a couple months. Of course, I got one of my kids playing at CYSC. And then Eric Steinhauser does a great job with Concord Fire South. There's a left-footed strike, and it's just off the mark. And, boy, Fayetteville just starting out fast. I mean, they're trying to respond after giving up that goal in the second quarter. Over to Ellie Russell, near side. Russell over to Razy. Shiva Razy in the corner, taking her time with it, and Walker with the save. She did not really have the angle she wanted, and, you know, sometimes you just got to pace yourself. Nice turnover by Shiva Razy. Megan Byers, middle of the field. Razy racing it down, takes a deflection, 50-50 ball, and Walker with the save. And Ariel Jones, she was trying to get a deflection. There's a Fury player down. The clock is continuing to run as looks like it is a stinger. The trainers will come out. The clock is stopped. So in indoor soccer, there is no extra time. The play will be stopped because of an injury. So with 13:33 left to go here in the third quarter, Columbus tied with Fayetteville 1-1 after getting the equalizer by Kaylee O'Connor. And we are going to keep it here because we're not sure how long this player is going to be down. And once I get a number, I will let everybody out there watching know exactly who it is. She has been down for a while, so just to reset things, a recap. The Columbus men's team defeated the defending NISL champions in the earlier game, 7-0. As she has not been putting weight on her own foot, but she does hear it from the crowd, and that has got to be tough to see. As trying to get a number, but her trainers will carry her to the bench. Some upcoming matchups in the NISL this Saturday. You got the Memphis Americans going down to Tampa, taking on the Tampa Bay Strikers. It's Corey Adamson versus Martine Gramatica. I've been told that the player that was injured is number, I'll get a number for you. The player is number 25, and don't have that on my roster. But play will resume. I do love that matchup, Corey Adamson versus Martine Gramatica. You got the former NFL kicker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in it head coach for the Strikers, and Corey Adamson, the veteran indoor player with about 12 years of experience in the indoor game. I mean, I actually, I have a cousin who actually played youth indoor. So there are players that are strictly indoor players. It doesn't get any more indoor than Corey Adamson. He knows the game of indoor soccer. That's going to be a great matchup. February the 4th, and then Memphis will travel up to Orlando to take on the Central Florida Crusaders in their home opener. 1-1 is your score here is Fayetteville. And they lose it. Erica Schultz, nice turnover. Schultz, a bend and curl, drops it back for Russell. Over to Kaylee O'Connor, who did score the equalizer. She's got 2 goals on the season. Back out to Samantha Walker. Over to Shannon Leghart, who had an incredible goal on a free kick. And that hits the corner, takes a deflection, And Bria Riancho with the awareness to scoop it up and push it upfield for Kaylee O'Connor. O'Connor with the numbers. Kaylee O'Connor using the deflection, and there's a shot. Olivia Gerald off the post. Oh, Olivia Gerald wanted that one. This could have easily been 2-1. O'Connor back to Russell. Guarding that defense line, Olivia Gerald takes a spin, and it gets right back to Russell. Russell out of England, had her on the show for the Columbus Rapids Off the Walls podcast. We were actually broadcasting that at Girls Inc. in South Columbus. Did a great job. It was a great interview. 50-50 ball is Shava Razy. Almost got a piece of that one. We're also going to get a whistle. Just a reminder that the next home game for your Columbus Rapids is February the 22nd against the Tampa Bay Strikers. This women's team fell to the Strikers 12-4. They'll play them one more time on February the 19th down in Tampa. So they'll play them again on Wednesday, February the 22nd. It's nice to see the former Columbus Rapids women's head coach Miguel Galindo in attendance. I talked to him a little bit. He's doing well. Assistant coach at Georgia Southwestern University. Really paved the way for the Rapids team and enjoyed our times at El Carrizo doing the coach's show. Olivia Gerald, there's a shot off the wall. O'Connor taking a deflection, makes a backspin. Olivia Gerald, and it's a goal! Gerald makes it 2-1 Columbus. Third goal on the season. Reigning NISL MVP, former Columbus State Cougar. By the way, a big shout out to the Columbus State Cougars that made it to the Final Four last year. Anyway, here we go. Fayetteville down 2-1. 10:35 left to go. Shannon Leghart. Deflection off the board. Back out to Feinstein, all the way across the field to Leghart, and then kicks it back to Walker. I could tell that Olivia Gerald's been practicing that shot. You know, and she signed late. I know as Rapids fans, we were getting a little worried, but she is back in a Rapids uniform, and we could not be happier. Here we go, Rubio. Left-footed strike and a goal, an equalizer. What a shot by Alondra Ramon. And it ties it up. That was a quick goal to make it 2-2. Alondra Ramon wasted no time with the equalizer. And just like that, the Fayetteville Fury right back into this game. It's tied up at 2 apiece. Over to Vadney. All the way across the field to Lauren Mitchell, the former Rome Gladiator. Pass was intended for Carly Banks, her former teammate for Rome. And, you know, and we want to see the team succeed in this league. I mean, we want to see Rome come back in 2024, but it's truly been a blessing that we were able to get Rome's players because they finished second last year. Ramon, can she score a second goal? There's a shot right to Riancho, and off the rebound, and it's curled up by Riancho in a save. I could not tell the angle. Just wanted to make sure it did not go in, and she guarded that in her breadbasket to make it 2-2. What a save. Vadney, little toe tap back to Riancho. It's great to see, you know, the former players for the Rapids, you know, they went on to do amazing things. Of course, Bree Conley over at Georgia Southern. You have Emily Burke. She had a big impact on the Rapids last season, playing overseas in Portugal. And the Maddie twins, as I like to call them, Maddie Peterson and Maddie DeFranco. All the success they had at Columbus State and head coach Jay Entledge, and they put on a Rapids uniform, wasted no time, and made a tremendous impact on the season last year. And of course, Casey Hall, all the Rapids players from last season, we wish them the best of luck. And probably watching, when you put on the Rapids uniform, you become a fan. What a deflection there by Carly Banks. Back out to Shannon Leghart. Leghart into the corner for Ramon. Back out to her teammate, left-footed strike off the board. Nice header by Lauren Mitchell. Shannon Leghart back over to Elglioshi, over to her goalkeeper teammate. The goalkeeper from last year's team, Mayar Elglioshi. Nice deflection. Carly Banks gets it. It's a turnover. Carly Banks, if she hurries, she can get it just off the mark. There was a wide open goalie and Carly Banks tried to take advantage. That's the risk you take as a goalkeeper getting out of the goalie box. I mean, it pays off when you have that extra attacker, but sometimes it could backfire. And Fayetteville was able to get out of Dodge. That was a nice header by Nunez. Russell, Leghart, oh, she wanted that one, and it goes off the mark. It was a foot race to the ball between Ellie Russell and Shannon Leghart. And Leghart with a quick strike, it goes over the net. So we're gonna reset the play. 6:23 left to go here in the third quarter. Columbus and Fayetteville all tied up at 2. If you are a fan of the league, this is exactly what you want to see, a competitive game. Oh, Fayetteville got it right back as Fierst with it. Left-footed strike off the mark. And Columbus gets it out of Dodge, but Leghart with the turnover. And here comes Kaylee O'Connor. It's a foot race. O'Connor, she's got a teammate trying to make sure her teammates come back, and we have a collision, and we're going to get a foul. As getting tied up there was Kaylee O'Connor with Shannon Leghart. It's going to be a free kick coming up for Fayetteville. Like I mentioned, whether you're a Rapids fan or a Fayetteville fan or a Memphis fan, or if you like the 2 new expansion teams down in Florida, I mean, this is the game you want to see. A competitive 2-2 game. Both teams feeling each other out. Both teams responding after quick goals. Leghart, oh, she thought about it. You remember, she had a free kick goal from the same spot. Leghart, and she's going to take it. Oh, and Columbus has got to be careful. Haley Davis trying to race it down. That was a great defensive play by Erica Schultz as that hits the plexiglass, and Riancho trying to move up fast. She got Olivia Gerald back in the game. Remember, she scored the goal to make it 2-1. Olivia Gerald, it's a foot race. Shannon Leghart, Olivia Gerald, and a 50-50 ball, and it is won by Samantha Walker. A little too much for her teammate Davis. But Gerald is that type of player. She likes to score goals, but if she has an opportunity to get her teammates involved, she will do just that. The reigning NISL MVP. And you know, when it comes to awards like that, as Kaylee O'Connor uses the boards, has the numbers, Kaylee O'Connor, nice play by Shannon Leghart. Kaylee O'Connor, gonna save by Walker. You know, Shannon Leghart had to get back on defense and took that deflection, and Columbus got it right back. So when it came to awards, Angel Haley won Goalkeeper of the Year, and you had Olivia Gerald won the MVP. It could have went to Ashlyn Jones, or it could have went to Kelsey Keon from Memphis, or Carly Banks for Rome. Olivia Gerald. Gerald's got it all the way across the field to Erica Schultz. Russell back to Gerald. Olivia Gerald plays it off the deflection, takes the backspin, and Fayetteville tried to get the possession. Here comes Ellie Russell. There's a shot off the mark, and there's a shot in, and it is a goal! Kaylee O'Connor's second goal of the game. Columbus up 3-2. You know, when you use the plexiglass, eventually the rebounds will come to your favor, and eventually the ball will take a favorable backspin. What a goal by Kaylee O'Connor, her third goal on the season. And now Columbus with the 3-2 lead. Let's see if they can close out this third quarter going up by a goal. Or do they want to get aggressive here to try to get another goal? Fierst races it down for Fayetteville. There's a header, takes a backspin, still in play. Back over to Fierst. Can they play aggressive right to the breadbasket of Bria Riancho? That was an easy play for Columbus. Here comes Megan Byers, the former South Carolina Gamecock. Over to Gerald. Olivia Gerald. Oh, she wanted her teammate there. Just a little off the mark. Byers drops it back for Russell. Can Columbus get aggressive here with 2 minutes? Olivia Gerald almost hit inside. It's close, right where the post was, but a great save by Walker, and she had to cradle it to make sure it didn't go in. I'm telling you, when you have a front line of Carly Banks and Olivia Gerald, I mean, that is great. And then Kaylee O'Connell, too. Carly Banks gets it right back. 1:35 left to go. Banks over to Jones. Jones back to Banks. Oh, she's got two defenders on her. Here comes Erica Schultz. She's going to make a shot attempt. Ariel Jones tried to get it in Fayetteville. Cradles it. They get out of dodge. Oh, a steal by Carly Banks. And that was a play that could have went Ariel Jones' way. And then Fierce gets it out. 1:10 left to go. Russell, far side, dribbles, a little touch over to Banks. Banks, there's a shot and a save by Walker. Carly Banks has had at least 4 shots that were on target shots that were incredible saves by Samantha Walker. And Carly Banks is going to take this free kick with less than a minute to go. Ariel Jones, and that is going to be a save by Walker as she lost her footing. But she's going to take her time here. And Columbus, a near turnover, takes a backspin and goes out of play. This is the Fayetteville Fury's first game of the season. Columbus is 0-2 on the season, trying to pick up their first victory. They lost to Tampa Bay 12-4 on Sunday and lost to Memphis 7-3 on the 20th of January. So they're trying to get their first victory of the season. And it looks like Columbus will get a turnover. Lauren Mitchell will get it, clear it out. Ariel Jones, 4 seconds. Do they have another opportunity? Not enough time, but the Columbus Rapids do hold on to the 3-2 lead thanks to a goal by Kaylee O'Connor, her second goal of the game. And the Columbus Rapids lead Fayetteville 3-2. Don't go anywhere. We got one more quarter to go. You're watching the National Indoor Soccer League on the NISL YouTube channel. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter. We got one more quarter to go here at the Columbus Civic Center. Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast for your Columbus Rapids taking on the Fayetteville Fury. Rapids with a 1-goal lead, trying to get their first victory of the season. They'll kick things off. And Vadney, the back line with Lauren Mitchell. You got a 2-1-2 style of play for Columbus, the midfielder Megan Byers. And Shiva Razy with a lot of minutes in this game, and she has made an impact so far in this match. Kaylee O'Connor with 2 goals, Olivia Jarrell with a goal. The goal scoring by Fayetteville, Shannon Leghart off a free kick, and Alondra Ramon tie things up at 2. Lauren Mitchell, nice, trying to get it out there, but Shannon Leghart right to her. Left-footed pass in the corner for Lauren Mitchell. Over to Gerald. Leghart now gets it. Lauren Mitchell, she's had a major impact on defense as she will have this free kick. Lauren Mitchell, the former Rome Gladiator, we saw her on a lot of defensive plays last year, and now she's in a Rapids uniform. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen to Rome, if they're going to pause. They're pausing the season this year, if they're going to come back in 2024. I mean, there's a lot of things that need to happen. Megan Byers over to Gerald. Gerald back to Byers. Byers takes the middle of the field. Great defensive play by the veteran on this team, Stephanie Quintanilla. Number 11, one of the top players for the Fayetteville Fury last season. Fayetteville went 5-12 last year, finished in 4th place, lost to the Memphis Americans in the semifinals of the playoffs. It was a neutral site game, but the playoffs were held at the Crown Complex up in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Rubio over to her teammate, Quintanilla, rather. Make sure you get your name right. Gerald in the corner. Gerald over to Shannon Leghart. Leghart was open space off the plexiglass. And Columbus trying to get the rebound, and Riancho punches it out. But it's back to Leghart. Can Fayetteville play a little aggressive down 3-2? Fayetteville can start playing aggressive. Columbus doesn't want to play a little too conservative here with the 1-goal lead, but Fayetteville's done a great job responding every time Columbus has got a goal. Fayetteville did score the first goal. There's a foot race, and there's a great job by Ellie Russell to get it out of the box. But we are going to have a collision, and are they going to call a foul in the box? What is the call here? The ref is explaining the play to Riancho. It is going to be a free kick, or is it going to be a penalty kick? If it's a free kick, it should be either at the top of the yellow line or the top of the arc. This looks like it's going to be a free kick by Stephanie Quintanilla. So Stephanie Quintanilla going up against Bria Riancho on this free kick. Here we go. And a save by Bria Riancho. It's still in play. These free kicks are live balls. But what a save by Bria Riancho on a free kick attempt by Stephanie Quintanilla. Columbus gets the possession. Sydney Vadney over to Russell. Back to Riancho. Past the yellow line. Far side over to Russell. Over to Carly Banks. Good defense by Fayetteville. Now Fayetteville's got the numbers. Quintanilla splits the double team, and what a stop by Columbus. Good defense. Kaylee O'Connell, who has 2 goals. Can she go for the hat trick? Russell, a little too much for Banks, and now Fayetteville is on a counter. Great defense by Schultz, still not out of play for Columbus. As Fayetteville can get aggressive here in the corner, Quintanilla and Riancho with the save, and Quintanilla hits the turf. Gerald, you got to be careful here, and that's a possible open goal. Quintanilla off the plexiglass, Header by Rubio, header by Gerald. They get it out of play. What a play there to avoid what would have been an equalizer goal. Over to Rubio, uses the glass, the wall, and Gerald is right there, and that is gonna sail out of play. Well, this has been a very exciting soccer match. And what would you expect in year 2 as these two teams got to experience year 1 in the NISL? So they have a year of indoor soccer under their belt. The big mystery before the season even started, how is Tampa Bay and Central Florida going to respond as expansion teams? Well, I actually think Tampa Bay is going to be just fine. After beating the Rapids 12-4 on Sunday, we will see them in action against Memphis this Saturday. But the next time that Columbus will face them will be on the 19th of February. And of course, the next home game is February the 22nd against the Tampa Bay Strikers. Header by Schultz. That header went right to Kaylee O'Connor. And that's what you want to see if you're Columbus, and that just hits a seat, goes out of play. As I think too much mustard on that one for Mayar Elglioshi. It'll be a free kick coming up for Columbus. 8:39 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Columbus Rapids leading Fayetteville 3-2. Trying to pick up their first win of the season, year 2 in the NISL. Right over to O'Connor. Kaylee O'Connor, good defense by Fayetteville, and they clear it out. Riancho has it. Over to Schultz, far side. Schultz, couple touches, a dribble. Carly Banks, the goalie box was open for a second, but Walker gets back in to avoid what could have been a disaster for Fayetteville. This could be a disaster here if Riancho doesn't get back to the goalie box, and she cradles that really quick, trying to avoid that 50-50 ball. Gives it over to Russell, splits the defenders, takes the deflection, and the little backspin gives it right back to Columbus. Trying to defend that back line because Fayetteville can press, but here's an opportunity. Carly Banks, there's a shot and a save by Walker. That's Carly Banks' 5th shot on goal. Once again, a good save by Walker. Carly Banks right now is the leading goal scorer on the Rapids, tied with Olivia Jarrow with 3 goals. But she has yet to score a goal in this game. Had 2 goals against Tampa last Sunday afternoon. That was a nice Sunday afternoon contest at the Yuengling Center. And I ain't gonna lie, I love soccer, but I was split screening the Rapids, Tampa Bay, and the NFC Championship between the 49ers and the Eagles. Kaylee O'Connor, nice pass. Kaylee O'Connor, nothing but green grass. Over to her teammate Carly Banks. It's a foot race, off the post. Another shot on goal by Carly Banks, the leading goal scorer on the Rome Gladiators last season. I saw her score 4 goals in one game in the first game against Memphis. So you know that Carly Banks really is an aggressive player on that front line along with Olivia Jarrow. But the story of this game is Kaylee O'Connor with 2 goals. She has done a great job playing midfield for the Rapids. Great defense by Lauren Mitchell. And we're going to get a whistle on Fayetteville. It's going to be a free kick coming up for Columbus as time is starting to run out. I mean, it's 3-2, and Fayetteville can start getting aggressive. Less than 6 minutes to play. Sydney Vanny from Monroe, Georgia, played her collegiate soccer at Columbus State. Over to Mitchell. Lauren Mitchell back to Riancho. Quintanilla with the turnover, and now Fayetteville gets possession. Fayetteville can push it if they'd like. Oh, what a foot race by Lauren Mitchell to track it down, and then Riancho will clear it out. And that's going to stay in play. It takes a friendly bounce, and it gives back to Walker. Well, this is crunch time for Fayetteville. Down 3-2. They can get aggressive. But Columbus has just got to hold serve. But they could use a goal right here to make things a little bit more interesting for Columbus. I'm trying to know my word, though. Columbus could use a goal here just to make things more comfortable. There, that's what I wanted to say. But it's 3-2, 4:50 left to go. We've had a great day of indoor soccer here in the Fountain City as Megan Byers, she's got an open lane over to Davis, back to Byers, passes it to Vadney. Megan Byers, and a shot by Vadney, and it's off the post. Sydney Vadney past the yellow line. She's, you know what? That's a shot. I'm going to take it. And she hears it from the fans of Sydney Vadney has really been a fan favorite here for the Columbus Rapids. A durable player and on last year's team, Megan Byers. And, of course, we have not seen Brittany Conway here in the game. She was one of those players that did not miss a game last year. Megan Byers, another player. Great to see these players back for year 2. Vadney back to Riancho. And here comes Fiust and Olivia Gerald. It's a foot race. It's Quintanilla, and she tracks it down. In the corner, we're going to get a foul. Is that foul going to be on Quintanilla? Is that foul going to be on Gerald? Looks like the ref signaled the foul on Olivia Gerald, and it's going to be a free kick in the corner for Fayetteville. 3:19 left to go here in this game. You don't want to go anywhere, folks. This is really what indoor soccer is all about. I know that we get high-scoring games where the average score is 7 or 8 goals, but this is a classic goalkeeper match slugfest where it is a low-scoring game, but it's been a physical game. Great defensive plays by both teams. Both teams responded when it mattered the most. You have 2 goals by Kaylee O'Connor, and you have a goal by Olivia Gerald. Columbus was down 1-0. Shannon Leghart made it 1-0 with the free kick goal. And then Kaylee O'Connor got the equalizer. Olivia Gerald made it 2-1. And then right before we could get back in our seats, and we blinked, and Alondra Ramon made it 2-2. And then Kaylee O'Connor made it 3-2. And that's where we are right now here at the Civic Center. 3-2 is your score. Fayetteville is on the power play. That was a blue card. And now it's a blue card on Haley Davis. She is sitting in the box. 2 minutes to go. There's a golden opportunity for Fayetteville, but let's see if Columbus can kill this penalty. With 3 minutes left to go, this is a very important crunch time for Columbus to kill this penalty, and for Fayetteville, they have a golden opportunity to get a power play goal and an equalizer. But we have almost a minute killed off this penalty by Columbus. And Walker coming out like the extra attacker. That would be a 6-on-4 for Fayetteville. She is outside of her box, and O'Connor trying to clear it out. And Fayetteville gets it right back. Shannon Leghart, middle of the field, and Lauren Mitchell is right there to clean up the mess. Lauren Mitchell gets it all the way back to the other yellow line, and precious seconds get ticked off the clock for Fayetteville. Leghart, nice header by Lauren Mitchell. She has just been a solid defensive player. Right to Gerald, Olivia Gerald, foot race with Quintanilla. Olivia Gerald with the speed. Olivia Gerald, foot race. Shannon Leghart, Olivia Gerald. 23 seconds left to go on this power play. If anything, that killed at least 20 seconds off the power play. Olivia Gerald, I know she wanted the shorthand goal. What are we going to get? Is that going to be a free kick at the top of the yellow line? Nice to see the Lion, Leo the Lion, the mascot of the Columbus Lions, in attendance, supporting the Columbus Rapids. There's a free kick. Carly Banks. Banks, good defense by Quintanilla. Banks still has the possession. A minute left to go. Erica Schultz over to Russell. Russell, O'Connor, can she go for the hat trick? Kaylee O'Connor! Kaylee O'Connor with the hat trick! Are you kidding me? That could just be the dagger. Columbus 4-2. Have yourself a day, Kaylee O'Connor. 41 seconds left to go. Ice water in her veins. Clutch goal. Right when Columbus was back at full strength. And I believe, with 30 seconds left to go, that Columbus is going to pick up their first victory of the season. Wow. That gets cleared out. 18 seconds. Who else but Kaylee O'Connor? And we're going to get a whistle. 11 seconds. It won't matter because the time is ticking away. And it looks like the Columbus Rapids are going to pick up their first victory of the season by defeating the Fayetteville Fury 4-2. They go to 1-2 on the year, and they will travel down to Tampa for the rematch to take on the Tampa Bay Strikers on February the 19th. And then they are back in action here at the Columbus Civic Center February the 22nd against the Tampa Bay Strikers. The Fayetteville Fury fall to 0-1, and it was a night for Kaylee O'Connor, who got the hat trick. She is the player of the game. I want to thank my producer, Toygar, and the cameraman, Tay, for doing such a great job with the broadcast. That'll do it for us here at the Columbus Civic Center. For Richard Holdridge, I'm saying so long from the Columbus Civic Center. The men's team won the first game 7-0. The Rapids defeat the Fury, the women's team, 4-2. It is a clean sweep for the Columbus Rapids. Hope everybody has a great rest of your night, and we will see you next time. Bye.